So Blowout beating.
Alright guys, you know the deal. Just gonna give it a minute for people to show up and then we'll get started. We'll go pretty quick.
Those are so OP this year.
Alright, actually, I'm going to make you guys wait a minute. I got to handle got that draft for Marvel Masterpieces going on right now. I just need to update. I was hoping I'd get a small break.
Unlucky.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, no problem, Mike. I don't know. Just need you guys to be patient for just a minute. I just have to
Alright, can you get that?
make one pick here in this Marvel Masterpieces. I was given a real generic draft list, so I got to see where this card is that he wanted. Just take just a second. And break will go pretty quick anyway. We already know what's in it, so that'll work out well. The only unknown is going to be who, or I should say what card the printing plates are of. Son of a gun.
Oh,
3 watchers. Who are you?
I'll probably. So bad at penalties though.
Sorry for the delay.
Oh.
Hate having dead air. I didn't think I was going to have to make this pick right away.
Okay. John T was telling me how you and him with the Div 1 undefeated last year. John T was telling me how you and him with the Div 1 undefeated last year. Yeah, we tried doing that this year. We probably lost twice in Div 5. One was a DC though, so technically one spot.
Holy cow, how many are there? Almost there. There we go, got a few people. Like I said, I'll be just a second. I hate doing this. Excuse me.
Where's my left back? Where the hell Sandra go?
So I don't know if any of you guys that are listening right now, if you're in the Marvel Masterpieces break that's going on. That's all. I'm just trying to. I'm looking for this one character card that he asked for, and then I can. Then we'll get going.
Did you go attacking?
Man, figures it's the last pack I looked at. Alright, sorry about that, guys. When duty calls. Okay. Alright, tonight we got ourselves archive box of Star Trek Beyond. Break sponsored by Blowout Cards. Thank you to them as always. There she is. I gotta tell you, I really like Star Trek Beyond. I don't collect Star Trek, but when I saw that this thing went up for sale, excuse me, the what you get out of here, the star power in these autographs,
how is that even possible?
I don't know how you could pass it up at that price.
That's physically impossible to happen.
And you know, taking a rough look at it, I never checked the values of like what these cards actually sell for, but
so impossible though.
Making this a snake draft, I would think that most of you guys are going to be pretty happy with your picks. I mean, at least half of you should end up value-wise pretty much at least breaking even. And for the draft order that we'll be working in, the last archive box that we did of this, I'm using that as my draft order. The only thing that is going to change possibly is where the printing plates end up. Alright, so we start. There's our case topper. Here's our Chris Pine autograph relic.
Here, you could have had that one.
Nice bold. He used a thicker Sharpie for some reason, but it's not. A lot of times they're streaky. That one wasn't. This is the Archive Incentive Justin Lin autograph. And how'd we do with our printing plates? Card 54. Let's just go right to...
I'd probably even prefer Danny Alves over him.
So we got Kirk and Bones, it looks like.
Yeah. He has like no strength or graphic.
Say the cyan is actually the best one to look at on this. Say that is card 54.
Really?
Alright. I'm gonna cut these. Since there really isn't much in the area of base cards to kind of protect what we're getting out of here, I don't want to take any chances.
That was a nice shot.
So how did everybody do in the random? I know I did my normal self. I think I'm 5th up from the bottom, so it's kind of par for the course for me. Like I said, I don't even collect. I don't even collect Star Trek, but you know, just to take a shot at getting that 7-piece relic, that's what I was really hoping for. Here's one of these little Starfleet patch things.
I wanted him to finesse that on his right foot.
I was wondering, I'm going to ask him in the thread too, but do I need to even scan these? I mean, we already know what they are, as long as there isn't a problem with one of them. Oh, those little patches. So we got Jim Smith and Farron Tahir. Or excuse me, Jason Smith. Oh, there we go. Have my light off a little bit. Hope I have enough saw sleeves. I forgot to place an order, and I'm running really low. That Avengers Infinity War break, I soft sleeved every single card. Nobody's talking today? Danny Putty and Jacob Kogan. There's the Putty.
I want to give him a Tweety. Yep. Really?
Well, I don't know if I'd want to copy and paste the pictures, only because I don't want somebody to think, like, if a signature looks a little different, that I tried to swap anything out. I figure I'll just leave it as they're not. I'm not going to do it, and if somebody specifically needs to see something, or like I said, if there is a variation on a relic, or maybe there's a smeared autograph or something like that. Here's our Alice Eve autograph relic, nice and clean. Oh, excuse me. Forgot to get the big ones out. That's probably going to be the one drawback that we might have with these, that I remember, is that a couple of the autograph relics, in particular the Butella That was real streaky. Ben Cross.
White.
Oh, is the out? Is this one dinged? I didn't look. Oh.
For it to land on his right. Wow, it's done.
I don't think so. I don't see anything.
Did you go back to team select?
You're talking about the Alice Eve, right? I'll corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, corner 4.
I feel like I didn't even play that
So,
bad, though. It just seems
no,
boring, like it
probably was just a reflection in the light.
I'm gonna use it.
One of these days, I'm gonna get, like I use an overhead light, but it's on an arm and it's got like a magnifying glass. I use it if I have trouble reading a card or something, and it's not high enough, so I'll get glare, and that's probably what you were seeing. Ben Cross.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You know, one of these days I figure I'll
I swear to God, I won't.
make some sort of like a jig and actually suspend some extra lights. Lorenzo James Henry, because
I'm gonna have to take off the
you know, just the regular recessed lights that I have, you know, in here, they're just not bright enough. All right, this is heavy.
Everyone's out of form because we lost our last game in the season over.
There's our McCoy. There's our other Danny Putty. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Who's your only good player? Bamian.
Kim Cold.
McCarron's not bad. Everyone's in form though, aren't they? Really? Are they down decent? Oh, actually. Wait, did you host that? Or, yeah, my thing's just glitching out there.
Oh, didn't cut it enough.
It's like every other one, right?
So where are you at in the draft, Mr. Flores? Here's our Spock poster, metal card.
Oh, mine's glitched on black screen and had that weird noise.
Here's Justin Lin. I believe was the full bleed of this one one of the scarce autographs. I think he was. Oh, I have the checklist up. Justin Lin, where are you at? Oh, he's an EL. Who were the scarce autographs? Or were there? There weren't any. Okay, just ELs. Well, don't feel so bad, Colin. Look and see where I am. I think I'm number 35. Here's our first Sophia Boutella.
Do you want to host this one?
No.
No.
But you haven't been in too many of my breaks. You'll see. Oh, that's good.
Something like after squad.
Did Mason? Did you get the reward cards too? Wasn't there? I know there was one or two checkoff cards. Here's our Zachary Quinto. I think we're all good on this one too. I don't see any corner
Same.
issues.
The best teams to use is Atlanta. They have the best players, FIFA-wise. Yeah, no, use Atlanta.
Well, then you can go for the full bleed version since you went off the white. Looks like we do have a little smear on that dot at the end. And here's our Carl Urban. Come on, focus. There we go. You know, I actually just I had traded in all my points because I had picked up some of the. I had some wrappers left over. Because I had done a bunch of wrappers when I got the Valerian Steel reward card, and then the last Game of Thrones break, I picked wrappers in one of the breaks in one of the spots, and I got all the quotables, the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Here's our Sulu metal card. And when they sent them to me, almost everyone was damaged. Lydia Wilson.
Their second half was decent.
Jeremy Raymond. I just sent him back to get replaced. I was really bummed. I really don't get it how companies that this is what they do for. Look, I love Rittenhouse, but I just don't get how companies that this is what they do for a living. They don't know how to pack and ship cards.
I think he's the tied highest rated keeper in MLS. You know, last season he had links to Brighton, and it never happened.
Which archive box? Season 7?
Yeah, they got Matty Ryan, didn't they?
That's just one of the promo cards.
Yeah, they're not getting him up anytime soon.
Here's our full bleed of Carl Urban.
I have a 5-star skill on the bench, just waiting to bring him on.
And Jimmy Bennett as
Ooh, I almost went down there.
Young Kirk. I didn't even look.
Come on, Bork. Rough? Advantage for you. What?
I'll have to see. Because I was, matter of fact, was it you, Mason? I'm trying to remember now. Here's our Chekhov metal card. Somebody had asked me to put in for Ant-Man and Wasp a little while back, and I was waiting for it to get a little bit closer.
Vanderbilt was a big signing for the
There's our full bleed Zachary Quinto.
PSG, right? And Montreal got Bakary Sagna.
Okay.
In the summer transfer window.
Well, the Peg Auto is not in the archive box, right? Almost positive it isn't. We did pull it in one of the cases that we did, though. Hold on. Excuse me. And we pulled the Pike relic too in one of the cases. I remember that.
No way. I hate you so much.
Let's see. Where is that? Oh, whoop, wrong way. I had to go to the autographs. No, it doesn't say, but on the checklist I'm looking at. But pretty sure Okay. Yeah, I knew not everything was in here. But they got most of it in here, which is awesome. Alice Eve. I mean, you still get a Saldana in here. You get, I mean, there's 2 Quintos. There's, 3 Urbans. Alice Eve has 2. Butella has 3.
Bosnian national team. Bosnian. He assisted. I think he assisted against Belgium. You know, top notch. Yeah, and Bork Dutchkow. He's on the Czech national team.
2 cards stuck together. Don't be anything bad. Okay, no big deal. Promo 2 and Promo 3.
Much longer.
Nazneen Contractor.
CDM too much running. I don't know. I think they had a player out, the center back.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I mean. There's so much in here. But yeah, but Mason, so what they did is they took, so it was what, 6 cards are the rewards cards for the quotables. They took them all, no soft sleeves, stuck them all in one bigger top loader.
He's pacey in the game.
There's the Uhura metal card.
Such a big signing,
and then they just packing taped it to the inside of a small priority box. They didn't put it in a team bag or anything first, so all the cards slid out and stuck to the packing tape. So I didn't even try to peel the tape off. I just contacted him and said, I'm sending these back. I want all new ones. Doug Young.
Close to it.
And look at that, Doug Young. Because when I got the, what do you call it? The Denarius card, that was fine. I don't remember there being any issues with that.
Gio gets like those team in seasons, just long shots.
But Mason, have you tried? If you go back to the breaks that we did of this, the couple of cases we did when this came out, you should see who got the peg and who got the Pike relic. Maybe you can make a deal. It's one of these patches. Jeremy Raymond. Yeah, no, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying their packing practice was terrible. Here's our Saldana. Patches. Okay, so we got Fraser Atchison. And here's Young Jacob Kogan.
Not even half done. I'm already getting suggested subs.
There's our Bruce Greenwood. Now he's one I was kind of surprised. There was one. Come on, focus. There you go. There was one other guy.
Why?
With the Greenwood, where
the funniest thing ever.
it was like, I thought it would have been worth so much more, and it was worth nothing.
Score, like, the yellow card or something,
Kim Cold.
A loudspeaker comes out and says it. So let me score.
Might have been.
Like yelling it.
Is it Beyond or was it one of the other ones? Is there a Rutger Hauer in this one?
Cool.
Why am I thinking that that's who?
Whoever. It's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, I was gonna bring up the flash.
Especially this, like I said, this archive box, I think really delivers. You know, when it comes to, like when they were trying to fill the Twin Peaks archive box, I think was the one that does not have any value to it at all. Noel Clark. I'm not putting all of these in saw sleeves. I'm just waiting until I'm done. Like I said, I think I have enough for all of these. Fiona Vroom.
I think it'd be cool to go there for like a couple weeks, but I think it'd be dead after about a month. I couldn't do
So that's the thing,
there.
Mike, I didn't do any of the Season 7 archive boxes because I'm not allowed. Houdini does those, and then when he's done with them, meaning like now, if anybody wants them, then I'm allowed to do them.
65% of the year, something like that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that was my coach's thing. It's like
Crawl.
Gotta get used to it.
Jeremy Fitzgerald.
Oh,
so I'm not sure who's in. I mean, I know Season 7, the actual cases that I did. I know that it's not a huge set value-wise, you know, compared to others. Joe Taslim. Patch. Melissa Roxburgh. And Chris Pine.
Are you on your phone right now?
Come on. There you go. It was focused and then I lost it. I think I got a relic in this one. Feels thick. Let's see, the autograph relics. We didn't get Butella yet. We didn't get Urban yet. Right? Yep. There's Urban.
That's 77. That's nice weather. That's like warm. That's like the best weather though is like 60s. You know, like a long sleeve shirt and shorts.
Man, he got that close. That did not go off the card into the fabric window.
Why is this striker not going to the box?
He actually got it that close. Jeremy Raymond.
You know, in the MLS, Ilsinho.
Lydia Wilson.
Name's Skilsinho. No. Nah, but I'll send you some clips of his. It's actually insane. Like what he does to players, it's so stupid, so fun to watch. It's like watching Ronaldinho, but in the MLS. Like I guess this one goal he scored.
She is. That's actually a really good autograph for this one.
Like, not MLS though, right? For MLS.
Usually her autograph is really streaky on the autograph relic. I mean, I've seen probably 4 or 5 of them. Joe Taslim. Farron Tahir.
It's like it's professional and you get paid little amounts.
That's probably the one thing that's kind of a look. I used to run the PSA subs on here. It was just way more effort than it was worth me doing. But
like the team.
That's probably the biggest thing that's kind of a scam about it. Here's Kirk metal card. Is you could resubmit those cards that came back not meeting the size, and they would accept them. Melissa Roxburgh.
Yeah, that's what these guys make. It's like it comes out to like $15K a year.
Jason Matthew Smith.
No, not when you're young.
Do we still have more of these little patch cards? I feel a soft sleeve in here.
You're working out.
Yeah, another patch. Here, it's Fiona Vroom. Jason Matthew Smith. Well, that's all the Jason Matthew Smiths. We're done with him.
They're paid so much. Like, ever seen it? Like, LeBron James.
Well, what cards were they
minors,
that you were getting
like,
slabbed?
something.
Because I mean,
It's like-
typically
It was just one thing. It's
non-sport people
like
really
70
aren't much
cents a
on
minute,
grading
something like
on the
that.
whole.
They're like $1 a minute, and what that comes out to is just insane.
Scotty. There's Jimmy Bennett.
Yeah.
Oh, here it was. Not Rucker Howard. Peter Weller. That's what I was thinking of. I just know the biggest thing I've seen with people that get non-sport cards slabbed are some of the older, rarer autographs because they want to, you know, just confirm that they're real and that it wasn't a backdoored card that somebody went and
Basically
forged an autograph on.
like an MLS Academy over here, or a really good club that gets you to an MLS Academy.
Is that show any good? Never watched it. I think this is our finally our last metal card.
What? What?
Lorenzo
My mic just cut out.
and Jeremy Fitzgerald.
Going all the way.
I wonder if there's been a little bump in her autograph.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna go as far as possible.
All right, we are now on to the second box. This will have all the relics in it. All the inserts. I'm trying to think if I haven't been counting to know if that was all the autographs or not.
Up to you, bro. You pick.
I'll get an itch. All right. Here's our. Oh man. There's our 7-piece. Here's the check-off pin. The 7-piece, it's limited to only the archive box. They're not numbered or anything, but you know what? If somebody can remember how many boxes they made, what the boxes were numbered to, I don't remember at this point. But
Is you good with this?
I mean, usually there can't be more than 100 of those cards, if probably less than that.
Alright, if we lose, yeah.
There's our dual Spock.
I'm gonna make a new. If we lose, I'm gonna make a new account, and then we're gonna have to go from undefeated again.
I said that was the only thing I was hoping for. If I got lucky enough to get a number 1 or a number 2 pick.
No, forget
Single Uhura. But, you know, if you figure, real quick, let me pop out the calculator. Let's say there was 8,000 boxes.
I only pay attention to the big games. Like
Divided by 12.
Over some 18 or
divided
something,
by
I don't really care.
18. Actually, that'd be 37, so maybe there's 40 of those. Somewhere between 30 and 40.
These guys don't look to be too good. As I get the ball there.
Okay, these were all the... I forget if these are called quotables or what they were. Well, Todd, TK Cards, I saw he made a move to get the number 2 pick. I'm not sure what he's been looking for in this.
Oh, not bad.
But if you're still listening, Mason, if you remember, that 7P, I mean the archive box.
They can quit. Let's go.
Well, the only thing, gotcha.
Yeah. Possession's only like 80% right now.
So if somebody already has
So,
that card, because they were, you know, they had another archive box down, you know, back in the day, they might not want it, so they'll either go for the printing plates. I think the last archive box of this that we did, it was, did that go number 1? Oh, geez, I'm trying to... Wait a minute, do I still have it open? Yeah, that 7-piece went number 1. The Saldana auto went number 2. And then the Chris Pine autograph relic and the Justin Lin archive auto. So the 2 archive exclusives, they went 3 and 4. Alright, more of those insert cards. Scotty.
Every, like, Sterling, the way he runs, it's like he's, you know, kind of runs like a dead pigeon.
This must be one of those, one of the ship relics. What is it? There's a seat and a piece of a hull. I forget exactly which ones they were. Oh, and also the there it is too.
Huh?
The crawl. Yeah, this thing. Let me see how thick that one is.
It hurts.
This piece of rubber suit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really rubbery. You can really push on it. I don't think this is gonna fit. No. I'll put this right into a team bag.
Okay.
Keep it protected. Kirk.
Cool. Okay. We're just faster now.
Here's a duel. Now this checkoff must be from up in the shoulder or something because it's padded. You can see it's about to blow out of the card.
Yes. That's what I was looking for. So he's just so weak, he can't win anything.
Ah, it's such a shame what happened to that guy.
They're leaving their defense so vulnerable.
Sure duel.
I wanted a ball roll than finesse or left foot.
I don't think so. I mean,
Look, there's no one there.
I haven't heard anything about it,
Yes.
you know, one way or the other.
That is those little bald heads. Oh, there they go. Alright, that's not a bad start. Take it ups.
Come on.
We're probably finished like 12.
Why is this not focusing? I just don't understand why, and this is just in general, why do they need to recast the whole crew? I mean, why can't they just recast Chekhov? I mean, yeah, it's a shame what happened, but, you know, it's been a few years now, and
So that's 8 plus 60. Yeah.
this has got a neat pattern
It's not
to it from the
70
suits.
right now. It's like 40 right now. Probably. Right now it's
And
55.
these are, what do they do, like expansion cards?
8 plus.
I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, expansion. I mean, I understand why they recast some, you know.
It's only 55 here.
Like they've recast, you know, Spider-Man a half a dozen times now. Because they, you know, they lose their way. But if the, you know, if it works and the chemistry works with the cast,
Right-footed or left-footed? He's right-footed, right? Oh, left.
you know, why would you mess with it? Unless he's focusing on other, some of the characters, or some of the actors, I mean, are focusing on other shows and other movies. I mean,
Not gonna take long.
right, he's, because Pine is in, he's in the Wonder Woman sequel, right? Was it Wonder Woman 1984? Like they're somehow bringing him back?
Yeah, him or Pratt. Pratt's like his backup, second string. Pratt's like for when
Well, we figure that recast Justice League. So
let me bring Pratt in. Oh no, they're actually going to score.
I thought they already had said that
Yeah.
Henry Cavill is not coming back.
And then by the time we're done with Salty, it should rejoin.
I mean, Flash, what's his name? Ezra Miller? I don't know, until you see his own movie, you don't know. Jason Momoa, I mean, I didn't really have a problem with him either way.
I wasn't off? Alright. I'm not complaining.
You know, Ben Affleck needs to, right, well, Ben Affleck needs to stick to just being a director.
Not the perfect ball.
Oh god, yeah, Lex Luthor was terrible.
Now, if you ever do end up coming to the U.S., go to Atlanta and become an Atlanta fan.
I mean, look, I didn't really, you know, like, I didn't really read a lot of Superman comic books,
So, like,
but, you know, from watching
all
the old,
so, like,
you know, cartoons, I mean, Lex Luthor is...
1 minute. Yeah, that... What's
These are all the...
What's the French
that
season?
insert.
Like 50? 60?
Here's that other relic. I just see that pack. Just compared to one of the others. I think that's the... Well, it's either the hull or seed or whatever it was. I think was that one.
It's just like the...
Or was there a duel with a rubber suit?
I got all that was an MLS record. Like New England, they play in the Patriot Stadium. They get not nearly enough there. You good?
Well, there's a big difference between a TV actor and a movie actor, you know. And
Yeah, just redeem yourself. Guys suck.
I watch Flash, I watch Black Lightning, I watch Legends of Tomorrow. I do not watch Arrow. Just never got into it, and I don't watch Supergirl. But
I feel if you're playing.
I don't know how many of those characters would translate to a big screen. And I mean the actors.
Not even, perhaps not that bad at Ultimate Team. Even though it went to PKs, it was 5-5, but oh, co-op played at the Pratt.
Yeah.
Well, the team, like one lost to DC, and the next one.
Yeah, I guess he was just too young, but if they had brought in I mean, I can't think of an actor right now, but if they would have brought in a Lex Luthor, you know, who was a smooth, calm, collected genius type guy,
I would be mad, but
and I can't remember the name. What's the name of his bodyguard? That the girl, his like chauffeur / bodyguard.
Oh my bad.
And here's some more rubber suit.
I still don't know why I took that with his right foot. Yeah, I wanted him to left foot that, but whatever.
And that's gonna have to go right into a team bag also.
Dollars was right outside the book. Oh.
Yeah, it is. It's a real shame that they can't get the DC movies right.
This whole time, if he cuts in from the left, he's going to shoot it on his left, shoot it on his
All right, that is everything. All right, so I definitely have enough soft sleeves to do the rest of these autographs. So it is exactly everything that we expected out of an archive box. I think the only thing I saw at all in any of these cards was that the one Sophia Boutella autograph, that little curly thing that she does over her last name, looked like it got smudged. But besides that, everything else seemed to be exactly as it is supposed to be. Matter of fact, the autograph relic of hers, usually I've seen like 4 of those, and the autograph usually gets pretty streaky, and that one is actually in really good shape. All right, so like I said, well, I tell you what, that I will leave up to whoever picks that card if they want to try and get that replaced, because I don't want to have to hold up the break a couple of weeks. The only time I'll hold up a break for something like that is usually if we're missing things, and I'll try and wait if I can get it done quickly. A lot of times especially if it's like Cryptozoic or even Rittenhouse, they're pretty quick with that kind of stuff. I think but their issues are few and far between. Upper Deck sometimes can take a month and a half before I get something from them. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna just scan a couple of things. Like I'll scan the printing plates, obviously, and I'll scan the archive exclusives. That's only going to be 2 things. All the other things, I mean, they're pretty much standard. So, if you guys need anything specifically, I'll scan it. Otherwise, we can just use the scans from the last archive box as a reference, like which one you 2 recommended that. I guess I'll scan that Boutella autograph just so they can see the smudge on that little thingy. So that's about it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next break. And take care.